Hey, what's up? How are you?
Good.
I just sent out the link and then it fucking didn't work. So,
I don't. I didn't even.
she'll find it. She'll be right.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome. Glad you could join us. Thank you very much. We are going to be doing the national anthem, so remove my cap.
You're good.
Okay, good to have the national anthem played. Don't get that too often, so that was nice. And it looks like we have the starting lineup of Owen, Chase, Landon. James is back there, along with, put that back on. Chase, and who else is back there? Lars. So, getting kicked off game one, the first round of the Colorado State hockey playoffs against Rampage here from our home ice, fortunately this year. Last year we were down at Big Bear, T-Bird's home ice, and that was unpleasant. So we won the last game against Rampage. Hopefully we're going to continue that momentum. I hear the boys are all ramped up. Face-off win for us. Bodies flying. They get it into the zone. It hits a player on our bench and goes out of play. So thanks for joining us. A little bit of a late start. The game before us ran late, and that was the 15-year-old Rampage versus T-Birds. T-Birds smoked them 6-0. And another win for Riders. We get into the offensive zone. Landon was driving it, shot by Chase. Chase puts one on, kick saved by their goalie. Rampage brings it out into the defensive zone. Picked up by Landon. Landon outlet pass over to Chase. Goes under his stick. He circles around, sends it back towards the net where Owen Amhouse is holding it down tonight. Lars comes out. Big pass up to Lincoln. Lincoln makes a move. Lincoln saved by their goalie, I think, off the blocker. But nice pass up to him and nice shot. So getting some pucks on net, finishing checks, keeping it in the zone. Chase pucks it back down into the corner. And who's that dancing around? Ryan, ooh, for Lincoln in front. That was a good pass. Didn't quite get connected, and they outlet it, but it goes on net, so no icing. Bjorn picks it up to Caden. Caden bats it around to Ryan. Ryan tries to get across the blue line. Ooh, then Bjorn got leveled. Bjorn has it again. He sends it over to Lincoln. Lincoln puts it down into the zone. Icing is called. Must have been just from the other side of the red line. 15:34 remaining in the first period. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the weekend. Next line out there being Riddick. James is working in the corner. Jacob Smith is up in front of him. James kicks it up to himself, but doesn't hit his blade, and Rampage chips it back down in. So it's Riddick out there with Lars. And Jackson, yes, Jackson. Good to see him out there. He, remember, was injured in the Connecticut tournament, got a big cut on his finger, so he's back out. Going to be moving those fast legs. He comes in, puts a nice body on him. Nice job, Jackson. They send one in on net, and it gets held up for a whistle by Owen. Jack Stewart, Fisher, Colt are out there with Bjorn and Kane, I think. Puck goes back. Rampage has it. Circles the bottom of the circle. Goes through. Jack goes after it to the near side boards. Steps away from a check. They keep it alive. Zing it around the far boards and up and out. Colt gets over there but loses an edge. They get it back to their D. Cycle back. Goes off of Fisher's stick. He drops it and then they get it. We get it into the offensive zone. They send it up and out. Bjorn has to skate back, but they send it deep into our zone. Circle it around, goes underneath Owen's stick and up to the near boards. Jack puts a body on him. Kane gets it and sends it around to Bjorn behind the net. Bjorn, outlet pass up to Colt. They put one down just wide left of the net. Kane picks it up, cycles it back around to Bjorn. Bjorn looking for an outlet pass. He flicks it up and out, and then Jack is there. Jack is there. Jack almost had it. Ooh, good opportunity for Jack. Good save by their goalie, but really good for Jack to get that, pull that through and get it in front of the net and get it on net. They send it to the near boards. Their D steps down, big number 23. If we remember from the last game against them. Ooh, nice little chip out to Owen. Owen has it, enters the zone. Quick shot just wide right of the net, comes up to the point. James Beeler puts one on, not too hard, and the goalie covers it up, and there's a little tiny rebound, but he gloves that one down. 13 and a half left in the first. 0-0 is the score. Chase Owen landed up front with Kane and Lars on defense. We're down a defense, meaning Xander. Hopefully he's watching. He's sick and didn't make tonight's game. So I think we're just down at, how many D do we have? I don't know, maybe 4, I think. So we'll see how that plays out. I understand that their team is down a few people. Kane puts a one on net and it just floats a few inches wide right of the net. And it comes up and out. Kane jumps over his stick and gets into our zone. Rampage tries to grab it. They pick it up in the near corner. Chase puts a nice body on him. And Kane is working it. Owen comes in with a good body. Good physicality. Centering pass doesn't make it. It comes out, splits their D and comes out of the zone. And he backhands it in, not too deep. Picked up by Kane right at the side of our net. Outlet around to Chase, near side. Passes far side, and the puck is picked up by Rampage. They're going to shoot. Didn't make it through. I think Kane blocked that one, so that was a beautiful block. Lincoln picks it up and gets on out of the zone. Dumps it deep, and then dumps his... What? Calling that freaking icing? Yeah, that was not icing. Bad call. So Lincoln, Ryan, and Caden up front. Bjorn and James, I think, out on that far side. There's, ooh, almost got it out, and they kick it back in. Comes down behind our net, picked up by James. James is getting some pressure. Lincoln goes off to the top of the far circle in front of our bench, gets up and tries to kick it ahead, and he gets dumped over. No call on that one. Puck comes back on James. James up to Caden. Caden chips it down deep into the zone. Held up by their goalie behind their net, and they flick it around to the far side. Up and off the boards and through. Caden almost gets that one, but they dump it in. Owen steps behind the net, picks it up to Caden. Ryan has it at his feet. Nope, lost it. Turned it over. Lars tried to get it, but it winds up down at the far end. Bjorn grabs it, tries to shovel it ahead, but is unsuccessful. Gets it up, shot wide left of the net, and bounces to the near boards. Caden zings it around for Lincoln again. It's just beyond him. Ryan grabs it, gets it into the zone. Ryan has Caden. Ryan shoots it, and glove save by their goalie. Nice pressure by that line. 11:30 left in the first. I'd like to know shots, but Jeff, I don't think it's here, and I don't have a way to communicate with him. I was watching the CU versus Missouri game. CU is visiting Missouri, and my other son's playing there. They just lost 5-4 in a really close game. Well, it got close. Oh, puck comes back. James has it. James shoots. Glove saved by their goalie as soon as the kid walked in front of the camera, so you didn't see it. But Riders are getting some good pucks to the net. We got to keep that up. Riddick takes the draw. Puck goes back, picked up by Rampage, skated around behind the net, and out. Lars tries to keep it in, but it winds up all the way back down for icing in our zone. And these guys, okay. No comment. Jackson is out there. Riddick, Jacob, James, and Kane. Riddick takes the draw. Far side circle, offensive zone. Riders are working from our right to our left. 11:15 left in the first period. Puck drop, win back, picked up by Jackson. Jackson shovels it off to Kane. Kane gets it back over, and it comes out of the zone. Picked up by Jackson. Jackson makes a move, and it gets it into the zone. Dumps it deep, winds up behind the Rampage net, and Riddick grabs it in the near corner, tries to pull it off the hash. Jackson bounces off somebody, and the puck comes back into our zone. Kane races back to get it, picks it up, and he decides to go out the far side. Up to Riddick. Riddick has it. Riddick, nice pass up to Jacob. Goes off his stick, and they turn it over, and Rampage comes in with a little space. Nice job by Fisher. Good defensive play by Fisher to run that puck behind the net. Bjorn is trying to pull it out of the scrum, and it pops out. Who was that? Was that Colt? Yep, Colt got it up, and they swing it back down into the zone. Held up by Owen behind the net, left for Bjorn. Bjorn comes to the near side. He's going to see somebody, so he puts it up off the glass, goes over Jack's stick, goes off of Jack's knee pads and stays in neutral ice, and then they finally get it back down into the zone, bring it to the near hash. Ooh, nice hit by Jack on that, on number 94, 84, and then 84 returns the favor on Bjorn. Kane picks it up in the far side and moves it across to Bjorn. Bjorn back up to Cole. That's a little bit of a sloppy play, almost a turnover, resulting in a shot, but it's in loose in the far corner. Big, quick shot. Oh, Colt almost gets it out. Colt gets it out now. Comes up to Jack. Jack is chasing. They do a huge outlet pass. What? How is that? How is that not freaking icing? Come on. So they're saying someone touched it. Owen going with speed. Owen brings it into the zone. Offside by James, I think, on the near side blue line.
Keep calm here, miss you. Shots are 7-2.
7-2? Us. All right, shots are 7-2, presumably us. I just handed that. I think Jeff's probably calling somebody, so thank you very much. So yeah, you can feel that the ice is tilted. We've got quite a few opportunities. Chase Owen landed up front. James Beeler and Lars on defense. Face off right here in front of us. Puck is still loose, underfoot, still loose, and picked up by Rampage and skated out along the far boards in front of our bench. Kid makes a move, shot, kick, big kick save, picked up, and then kind of floated back towards Owen, and then he had no choice but to cover that one up. We've got a pretty good crowd here tonight, in spite of the fact that there were directions not to drink in here, and there would be police presence, and be on your best behavior. So we're doing all of that. Landon's taking the draw. Win back for Rampage. And they cycle it, picked up by Lars. Lars gets it out of the zone, and that should be icing. And it is. So Puck back to Rampage. Ooh, nice job. Who was that? That was Owen. Gets it, drives it out of the zone. Picked up by Chase. Chase bounce pass up to Owen. Owen picks it up at the top of the circle. Gets bumped off the puck. Bjorn sends one in on net. That was kicked aside by their goalie, and now it's a 1-on-2 heading the other way. Owen comes up and puts a body on him. Leaves the puck to be picked up by Bjorn. He cycles around behind the net. He sends it up to Landon. Landon back over to Bjorn. Bjorn loses the handle on it, but shovels it down into the zone, not too deep. They get it up and out. Kid tries to make a move, but Lincoln picks it up, goes over to Ryan. Ryan cuts and moves it off the boards to looking for Bjorn. Chase was there, almost picked it up. They send it for icing. I'm not going to follow that puck. All right, good pressure, good speed, good intensity by the Riders. Got to keep it up, and we've got at least 7-2 shots our favor. Lincoln takes the draw this time. Down to their goalie's left. Caden is on the near side, and Ryan's behind him, so watch this, see if we can get a win and then a shot by Ryan. Yep, that's what we're looking for. Got it, comes over to James. James sends it, got deflected wide. Lincoln has it in the far corner, cycles it around to Caden. Caden gets picked. Ryan picks it up behind the net. Ryan, bottom of the near circle, circles around. Ryan still has it. He's going down again, making another round. He brings it back up to Lars. Lars sends one through, doesn't make it through, and the puck is loose in front. Lincoln goes down. He gets drilled, and then the puck comes out of the zone for icing. Ooh, nice pressure, boys, and good puck movement. Another shot on net, so that's one more in our favor. Rampage was lucky we didn't put that one in the back. Riddick takes the draw. Jacobs to his left, and Jackson is to his right. Win back. James has it. James sends it to the far corner.
9-5 on shots.
9-5 on shots. Thank you, Ted. And I think that's thanks to Jeff. He's my stats guy from home. Hopefully the video is good enough for him to watch. Jacob pushes it ahead. They kick it in through neutral ice. Ooh, glove down and dropped by Owen. Picked up by James. James, just sneaks it by somebody that was pinching. Jacob gets hit from behind as he backhands that one up to Riddick. Jackson is up there. They outlet it up and out of the zone. Cross ice pass to the near boards, and then they circle around. Ollie. Oh, Jackson with the hit, and then he goes into the ref. Ooh, nice. Jackson, there's some intensity. Ooh, beautiful play by Kane. Drops that pass, sacrifices the body, and takes two people off the puck. Kane pushing him wide. Shot. Kick save, and right up into Owen's glove for a whistle. Sorry I'm so far away. There's another shot for Rampage. They're playing music very loudly, so I'm trying to mute it and then turn it back on, so hopefully I get it turned on every single time. Oops, sorry, not following the action. Puck comes back, Jack has it. Jack is working the bottom of the near corner. Pops back out, up to James. James sends one wide right of the net into the far corner. And Fisher goes after it. Fisher's looking to get a hold of that puck. They kick it up and skate it out of the zone. Picked up by Bjorn. Bjorn bounces it off the boards into the zone. Down behind the net. Colt finishes a check, and Fisher with some good forechecking. Kid chips it into the zone. We're at the bottom of the near corner now, bottom of the near circle. Lars was there. James picks up the loose puck, backhands it around to Colt. Colt grabs it at the far hash and just bats it up to Jack. Jack puts it into the near corner, and they big bounce pass outlet, and that's going to be going for icing. So 5:21 left in the first period. Of course, TJ's not out here either. He's got his shoulder injured from the last tournament. And he's on the bench. I'll give you he's in his suit with his helmet on and his arm in a sling, so that's never a good thing. Kane, oh, takes a shot, breaks the kid's stick in the meantime. Power. Owen hustles back to get it, goes behind the net, comes out the far side, and he's got some speed, makes a move, passes it up to Landon. Landon tries to send it through, center it. Landon tries to get there, but it pops out of the zone. Lars puts it down deep. Actually, I'm sorry, that was Bjorn. It's Kane and Bjorn on defense. Chase, centering pass doesn't connect with anybody, and Rampage skates it out. And they get it into the zone. Following. Ooh, we are glad Owen shut that one down. Man, that kid was open on the back door. He had all kinds of time in a straight shooting lane. And luckily, Owen was able to follow that one all the way through and held on for no rebound. So, looks like Ryan is taking the face off. Caden Lincoln. And who else is out there? Probably James. I'll get it here in a little bit. There's a shot and another gloved up save by Owen. Held on for a whistle. So it's Bjorn and James on defense. And that forward line that I just told you about. Ryan. Is that Ryan? No, is that? Yeah, that was Ryan. With a really low face-off stance. Caden chips it out of the zone. Ryan's going for it. Almost got it. Caden picks it up. Banged up on the glass. James steps into a kid. 2-on-1 going the other way. Shot goes wide. I don't think that was on net. Picked up by Bjorn. Bjorn up to Lincoln. Lincoln gives it to Ryan. Ryan back to Lincoln. Lincoln across the red line into the zone. Shot deflected wide into the far corner. Ryan tries to pinch down. Puck comes to the near corner. Ryan working to get it. It comes back up to Lars. Lars at the blue line. Gives it to Ryan. Ryan drops it off for Lincoln. Lincoln sends one through. Big blocker save. Big, huge rebound glove down by Lars. And then Lincoln bodies a kid. And now it's a one-on-one heading the other way. Kane gets mugged, but does a nice job. Puck is loose. No frickin' penalty. Outlet pass over to Lincoln. Lincoln, big pass. Oh, was looking to hit Ryan. And then 360's a kid. There's a tripping call, but no call. And backdoor. Ooh, Lars just got to stick enough on that one to get the puck behind the net. Jackson comes in to puts a check on him. Centering pass. Kid has it. Opportunity. And he buries it. Rampage goes up by 1. That was a good shot. I'll have to give him that. .308 left in the first. Rampage up by 1. Riddick, Jackson, the far side, Jacob near side. Puck win back by Rampage. Riders down by 1. Floated into the zone. Jackson finishes a nice check. Backhand around to James. James flicks it up the boards to Jacob. Jacob has it across the blue. Bounce pass up to Jackson. Jackson goes hard. What? Are you frickin' kidding me? Calling an icing. Man, they're really nitpicky on that. That seems like kind of crazy to me. Okay, face-off taken by Riddick. Whistle and reset. Puck drop. Puck. Oh my gosh. We get that kid a nice opportunity to shoot right off the face-off. And then there's a little pushing and shoving, a little extracurricular. Anyway, there's TJ. Looking dapper, but looking sad. We're all sad. that he's not out there. Puck is loose, punched at by James to get it out of the zone, and we finally do. Jacob drops a stick, and they backhand it into the zone. Held up by Owen, picked up by, and sent up into the bleachers by Bjorn. Almost took somebody's head off right here. Next line out is Chase, Lannon, Owen. 2:30 left in the first. Lars and Kane on defense. Face off to Owen's left in the near circle. Puck is loose, picked up, nice win back. Kane has it. Kane up to Lannon. Lannon makes his nice pass to Owen. Owen shot, glove saved by the goalie. That was good pressure by us. Nice glove save by, well, that looks like Parker Hay is in net. And you'll recognize that name because he was our goalie last year, number 88. And they flick it up and dump it for icing. Lars, and they wave it. Holy cow, are you kidding me? How are they waving that kind of crap? Picked up by Landon. Landon can't get it up and out. Comes back to Owen. Owen skates it, or tries to pass it up to Chase, but it goes off of a skate and then gets deflected to the near boards. Over to Lars. Lars gets worked at the near hash. And then the puck goes behind the net to the far corner. Fisher's out there doing a nice job. Fisher with a good body. Puck is out in neutral ice. Chase is putting some pressure on. Kid bounces it up off the glass. Chase finishes a check. Owen backhands it, and then somebody gets hit. There's a puck loose in front. Backhand. Kick save by Owen, and then he sweeps it in with his stick and covers it up. That was a little bit risky. Puck was just floating around in front of him, and then he was like, oh, I got to jump on that, so he did. So Ryan, Lincoln, and Caden back out there, James and Bjorn on defense. Ryan takes the draw. We're down to 1:24 left in the first period. Down by 1, probably still up on shots. Puck is loose, picked up by James. James brings it up to Caden. Caden backhands and then gets hit. Drops it off to Ryan. Ryan tries to get it to Lincoln. We're offside, and they bring it out of the zone. They come into our zone, and they're offside. So offside's going both ways. Ryan punches this kid after the whistle. Face off right outside the defensive zone. Ryan takes a draw, whistle. I think the far ref was telling Caden and this other kid, Ollie, to get back. Puck's dropped, kicked up by Ryan, and then, off of James's face. Oh my gosh, puck's floated down to the near corner. Centering pass doesn't make it through. Ryan grabs it, tries to get it to Lincoln. They take it away. Bottom of the circle shot. I think that was off the side of the net. Goes up. Lincoln grabs it. He's got Caden cutting. Lincoln gets across the red line and then sends it deep. Held up by the goalie Parker. And they bring it to the near boards. Ryan's there to support. They just send it for icing. So we'll let that one go. 27 seconds. 26 seconds left in the first. Riders down by 1. Face off in the offensive zone to their goalie's right. Chase took that face off, won back by Rampage, hard off the glass. Lars to Lannon. Lannon's battling right in front of their bench at the blue line. Senya's waiting for it to pop out. Still a battle. Chase picks it up. Chase has it across the red, then gets picked. Kane sends it deep. And that is the end of the first period. Riders down by 1. Okay, welcome back. Start of period number 2. Rider down by 1. 17. We're going to be working from the left to the right this time. And starting out with our line of Owen, Chase, and Landon up front. James and Lars on defense. We got to get that goal back. This one's for Xander and TJ, who's on the bench. Xander's at home, trying to recover, fighting a fever. Puck comes up, picked up by Lars. Circled around the net, loses it. Owen comes in to help him out, and he comes out the other side with it. Owen through the zone, backhands it around. Nice pass up, and was trying to hit Landon. So that was Owen to Chase. Chase did a nice pass up to Landon, but it was interrupted. Winds up behind the Rampage bench. Kane is out there, jumps over him, glove down by Owen. Owen circles it off the glass. Landon tries to pull it around, but it winds up back on Bjorn's stick. Bjorn tries to make a pass up to Owen, but it gets intercepted, and they're coming into the zone. Ooh, nice save. I think that was a save. I don't know if it got on net. Ryan comes out with it. Ryan back to Chase. Chase! Backhand! Save! Puck is up in the air. Lincoln tried to grab it down. They get it out of the zone. Oh my gosh. There's a drop pass. Glove save by Owen. That was not on frame. So Jeff told me that coming into the start of the second period, the shots were tied up at 11 apiece. So there's probably maybe one more going each way. We're probably at about 12-12. I'll be getting some updates here relatively soon, but taking this face off is Ryan. Caden and Lincoln are out there. Rampage center gets bounced, and then comes a new one. Puck drop, win back. Lars has it, moves it to Lincoln. Lincoln's battling at the top of the near circle. They pick it up. Puck goes off the back, swatted aside by Owen into the near corner. Caden, I think, is trying to work it. Ryan's waiting for it to come out, as is Lincoln. No, that's Lars in the corner. They have it behind. Why are we just letting them have it? James working on the side of the net, and there's some shoving going on. Ryan's mixing it up. I think Lincoln is as well. Line change. Kane and Bjorn are on there, actually just a defensive line change, since we're just running 4D. 2 lines. It's pretty short. Win back by Ryan. Kane hard up the boards to Lincoln. Gets beyond him. I guess he didn't touch it because it went for icing. So that's kind of crazy. Face-off comes back down into our zone at 15-11 left in the second period. Ryan takes a draw. Whistle blown. Their center gets bounced again. Ryan gets bounced. Lincoln comes in. Puck. I don't know what happened there. Caden gets it anyway. Comes to Lincoln, a little too far out in front of him. They send it off the boards out of the zone, and they turn it the other way. Send it deep. Caden bats it down with the leg, and Bjorn tries to get it out. Doesn't make it out. Goes back to Bjorn. Bjorn hard up the boards to Lincoln. Lincoln chips it up to Ryan. Ryan does get it away. We got a 2-on-2 going the other way. Ryan and Caden. Ryan tries to drive, doesn't get a shot off. Bounces out to the far side. Lars picks it up, puts one on net. Glove saved by the... Nope. Puck is loose in front. Don't know if it ever made it through to the goalie. But there's a nice back check by Ryan. Kid gets stumped. Shot. Beautiful block by Lars. And then there's a little extracurricular by Lars with one of their kids. Owen covers that puck up for a whistle. 14-2-5 left in the second period. I mean, there's one person in the scorer's box, in the running the clock, and the music and everything else, I'd have to give it to her. She's staying on top of everything, including like tons of music, which I don't really like, but because as you know, YouTube then puts copyrights on it, and I guess shorts our coverage or our viewership. So out there right now, we've got Riddick, Jacob, and Jackson up front, Lars and James on defense. Face-off comes right in front of us. Another whistle from the ref. Jeez, let's go. Let's just play some hockey here, dude. It's kind of annoying almost at this point. Riddick wins that one back. Lars across to James. James, nice pickup off his skate. Picks it up to Jacob. Jacob gets it to Riddick. Into the far corner. Picked up by Rampage. Skated up and out of the zone. 2-on-2. Heading the other way. Kid comes down. Big shot. Goes wide left. Doesn't put that on frame. James grabs it. Sends it off of Riddick's skate. Good pass, but it was just Riddick wasn't expecting it. James across to Lars. Lars, top of the near circle, skates it across the blue. Sends it up. Jackson touches it into the zone. Picked up by their goalie. Hard up off the glass. Top of the circle. Still loose in front. Jackson has it. Loose puck in front, and then sent down for an icing. Shots are 13-13 right now. We got the communication chain going. It's Jeff to Hans, Hans to me. We'll get the information out however we can. Thank you, Jeff. 13-13.
I don't want to come.
Ooh, that was a good win by Fisher, but it comes and picked up by Rampage. Nope. Goes into the far corner. Shoveled ahead by Kane. Back down to Kane. Kane up off the glass. Jack goes after it. It goes off. I'm surprised that didn't go out of play. Wound back on Kane's stick. He skates behind the net, dumps it off to Colt. Colt, near hash marks, gets harassed. Bjorn comes in, takes it away. Bjorn, outlet pass, puck loose in front. They leave it. Oh my gosh, net is off. Oh man, that was a little bit of a turnover in a big risky situation. The kid was able to almost jump up for a clear shot to the left-hand side of that net. And that's when things really got Western. Okay, line change all the way around. James and Lars come in on defense along with Owen Chase landing up front. 12:53 remaining in the second period. Face off to Owen's right. James, hard around, up to Owen. Owen swats it up and out. Lannon gets it up to Chase. Chase at his feet, and he still has it. Chase sends one in, and that goes up off the goalie, out of play. Dang it. All right, we got to crack Parker here in net. We had a whole year with him last year. We know what he looks like. We know where to go. Let's get it. Puck back. Owen. Lars sends one through. Deflected up and stays in play. That went almost into the rafters. There's another shot. Bounces into the far corner. Off of Chase's skates. Chase has it. Gets it back to James. James sends one through. Kick save. Good shot. That was on net for sure. And then James is back here tying up this kid. Punch, yes. James is going for another fight. Remember that one in Connecticut at Wesleyan? Boy, that was awesome. He's not backing down. Puck is in the far corner. Comes out in front. Lannon picks it up. Lannon sends it up, but it turns it over to their D, and then they just cycle it back down. Held up by Owen behind the net, and then Owen sends it off the far boards up to the far point. Goes back down to the near boards. Shoveled up and not all the way out. James pinches it, gets it up to Landon. Landon skates it through neutral ice and gets it across the blue line, but it's turned over there. Kid cycles it back to the near boards, picked up by a Rampage kid, and Bjorn sends one. That one's on net and bounces out in front of Parker, the goalie. And they come up and out. Neutral ice. Backhanded through. Puck is still in neutral ice. Picked up by Bjorn. Bjorn, put it deep. Go deep. Go deep. Didn't get it quite deep. And therefore we're battling at the blue line. Now they get it out. Off the far boards. Into the far corner. For icing at 11:03 left in the second period. Scores 1 Rampage. 0 Rough Riders. We're going to get it here quickly, though. I can just feel it. Kate and Ryan Lincoln out there, along with Kane and Bjorn. Ryan takes the draw. Oh, Lincoln just was trying to kick that one. They floated up and out. Hand pass to the kid to himself. Get it into the zone, but no call on that. Center in pass. They have it on the far side. Shot. Ooh, big setup there. Man, that was a little bit of a chasing our ass on that one. Fortunately, the kid missed the net on the shot from the point. But it winds up on the in the near corner, and they get another shot, and no one is able to pounce on it. 10:47 left. Ryan takes the draw, comes back to Rampage, back to the near point. Kid makes a move, shot blocked down by Lincoln. Ryan up to Caden. Caden pushes it ahead. That's actually Kane. Kane sends one in. Stick save by their goalie behind the net. Off of Ryan, near far corner. Ryan has it. Ryan fans on a shot. Puck is loose in front. Puck, oh, Lincoln almost had an backhand opportunity at that. They get it up and out into the defensive zone. They stay on side. Bjorn pushes them wide to the far corner. They backhand it to the near corner. And around behind the net. Bjorn has it. Sends it hard up the glass to the point. They send it back down. Lincoln is trying to get there. The kid on the back door, but Lars is doing a good job defending. Good job, Lars. Puck comes out. Lincoln chips it up. Doesn't come out of the zone. They get it back down deep. Comes around to the near corner. Lars comes to get for it. And goes behind the net. We're running out of energy on this shift. Caden puts it up on out of the zone. Ryan gets going after it. Ryan. What? Frickin' kidding me? And then Ryan gets tied up with him back there. I thought Ryan got to the puck first, but they blew the whistle then for an icing. But yeah, we needed to clear on that one. So it's 9:37. Full line change. Riddick, Jackson, and Jacob up front. And Kane is out there with James. Puck win back. James has it near corner. Working it. Riddick comes in to try to help. He pulls it out the far corner, circles around. Behind the net, he comes. Trying to settle that puck. Big bounce pass up to Jacob. Jacob Smith cross into the offensive zone, looking for a centering pass. Right to a Rampage kid. And they get it up and out. Winds up back on James's stick, and he backhands it into the zone. Jackson chases it. Comes up and out again. Splits our D and goes in. Icing is waved. Owen gets over and leaves it for Kane. Kane circles it around. Overshoots James. Picked up by Rampage. Now it's a battle in the corner that was unnecessary, but it comes back up to the point. Shot. Doesn't make it through. Cycled around behind the net. Riddick goes down. They backhand it behind the net again, and we're just chasing it right now. We're not forcing it, we're just chasing it. So James has it. James leaves it for Riddick. Riddick gets it up to Jackson. Jackson tries to work it at the hash. Picked up by Rampage. Centering pass. Picked up by Jacob Smith. Jacob Smith backhands it out, but it's, oh, kid gets sandwiched by Jackson. Nice defensive play in the back by Kane. And then we float the puck up into nobody, to them, and they get it back down. And Jacob buries the kid. So we're finishing some checks, but Fisher's out there, picks it up off the wall, leaves it for Colt. Colt's going. Colt tries to make a move, but he gets taken down. Where's the no penalty on that? Looked like tripping to me. Jack is over in the corner. Fisher is trying to work it around in the far circle, and they get it up and out of the zone. dump it into the far corner. Icing is called at 7:50 left in the second period. Face off back down in the offensive zone to their goalie's right. Fisher will take the draw. Colt is near side. Jack Stewart is far side. Lars and Bjorn are out there holding down the blue line. Pinch it up, and Fisher gets it back in. Delayed offside. They get it going the other way anyway. And how did they get that? Where did that shot come from? I didn't even see it. I was trying to follow it with the camera, but either way, they go up by another one. So, now we got a hole to work out of. All right, let's go, boys. Chase gets it. Chase, Owen, and Landon out there. Chase sends one, glove save. Quick shot, quick save by Parker Hay. Nice shot by Chase. Landon takes the draw, goes back, kicked around to the backside by Rampage, and then up and out. It's going to be icing, I think, unless they wave it, but they don't. And then Lars almost gets tangled up with the kid coming on him. Chase takes this draw. Oh, come on. Frickin' stop. Stop with that. Shots right now. It's 18-14 them. Thank you. So we're losing a little ground. They bring it in. Far corner. Puck is loose. They still they have it. They bring it behind the net into the near corner. And they go far corner. James, good battle. Comes up to Chase. Chase gets it out to Landon. Landon skates it across the red line into the offensive zone. Gives it to Owen. Owen, nice quick turn and shot, but saved. They have 9 icings. We have 6. Puck is dropped. Picked up by Caden. Caden takes a knee to knee, and that should be, a penalty is coming. Offside. Yeah, it should have been a penalty. Yeah, Caden's shaking out his leg as he got frickin' kneed. And no call. Ryan takes this one. Comes back to Rampage. They go far side. Ryan swats at it. It goes up. Kane steps into it. Battle on the far boards right near their bench, but they bring it into the zone. Shot, glove, save! Holy crap, that was a little drop by Owen. Kid almost got a stick on it. Ryan comes out, moves it up to Lincoln. Lincoln gets across the red, leaves it for Trudge. Trudge and bottom of the circle, back to Lincoln behind the net. Into the far corner, picked up by Rampage. Then Caden gets it back down to Ryan. Ryan trying to hit Lincoln as he goes by. Puck is loose. Oh, Ryan, Lincoln almost had it. Thought that was Ryan, but it was Lincoln, and they send it for icing. So yeah, there's a ton of icings out here. Caden is still shaking his leg. That should have been a penalty. So, looks like Owen, Chase, Lannon, Lars, and James on defense. Chase will take the draw here to their goalie's left. Win back for Rampage. And puck is up Picked up by Chase. Chase sends one, and it just gets, that was on net, but it was sticked aside by the goalie. It wasn't a lot of heat because it had gotten deflected, but it did wind up on net. Into the zone. Kid shoots one. Save. 0 rebound. And let's see. 18 is us. 18 to 14 is us. Okay. Shots, Riders, 19 to 15. So we're up on shots. Thank you. So, what the heck? All right, there we go. So 19 shots for the Riders, 15 for them. Riddick is in there with Jacob and Jackson. Puck win back to Rampage. Loose. Riders down by 2. 2-0 is the score. Battle in the far corner. Riddick pins his kid up. Still trying to gain possession, and then it's swung out to the near boards, up to the near point. Shot down and around far side. Kane shovels it ahead. Nice job by Kane, but he drops a stick and then uses the body and his foot. And what? Slashing on them. Yes, there we go. We're going to go on our first power play. Kane draws the penalty and interrupts the flow of play. They go to the box. We've got our power play unit out. We've got 4:53 left in the second period, and we're down by 2. This is our chance right here. Owen. Parker knows it's coming. He's saying a little prayer. Riddick takes the draw. Owen is in back of him. Lannon is to his right. Chase is to his left. Shot, and puck is loose. Puck is still loose. Winds up in the corner. Bounces back up to the point. Owen has it. Owen sends it through. Chipped to the back of the net. Lannon is there. Riddick is trying to get it as well. Comes out to Lincoln in the far corner. Lincoln gets it up to Owen. Owen across to Chase. Chase walks down. Lincoln sends it in, and puck was where? On top of the net? That was a good setup. Good shot. Don't know how it was saved. Don't know where the puck went, but okay, let's go. Let's keep it up. Riddick at face again. Puck is loose, picked up by Rampage and sent deep. Lannon goes back to pick it up. Held up there by Owen for him. Skated up and out. Up to Owen. Lannon to Owen. Turned over, glove down. Rampage has it. Comes out of the zone, and more time is going to be gone. They go for a quick change. And back to Lannon. Lannon moves it across to Chase. Chase gets into the zone. Chase turns it over. They grab it. Send it deep again. That's the third exit, and we're going to get a line change. We have 47 seconds left on this power play. Owen skates it up. He's got Ryan looking to pass it to, but he doesn't. Backhands it finally to Ryan. Ryan touches back to Owen. Caden to Jackson. Jackson circles around. Jackson leaves it for Lars. Back to Jackson. Jackson sends one. Gets deflected a little bit wide. Good shot. Bjorn puts it down deep. Ryan has it. Circles around across the blue line. Looking to drive. Sends it. Off of a skate. Caden was there on the back door. Dang it. It goes deep again. 11 seconds remaining on the man advantage. So far, we haven't had really any good chances, but this is the last one. 5 seconds left. Bjorn brings it across the red. Into the zone. Goes deep. He makes a move. Tries to get a shot off the side of the net. Doesn't make it. Comes up and out. And comes back out to neutral ice. Skated in. They're back to full strength. Caden gets reversed. Puck is on the end boards. Squirts out to the far corner. Ryan shovels it ahead, but nice job by Caden. We get it up and out. Caden grabs it. There's a penalty coming. No. I guess it was just a delayed offsides. Winds up back in the offensive zone. Caden's patrolling. Ryan goes behind the net. They kick it up. Nice job by Cole to force a turnover. Caden has a shot, but he can't get it off. And they skated up and out. Our pucks are just not bouncing our way. Right now, puck goes through the crease into the far corner. Ryan tries to grab it, but Rampage has it. James does a nice job taking it away from him. He gets it up to Jack Stewart. Stewart gets across the blue, tries to send it deep, but it winds up on a Rampage stick right in front of the Riders bench, and they come near side boards, get back into the zone. And they go enter the zone off sides at $1:45. Left in the period. We got to get our shit together here. Come on, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Fisher takes this draw. Cole is off to his right. Fisher wins it back. Kane one-times it across to James. James, nice pass. Good outlet. Good breakout. And Cole shoots it just wide left. James pinches down, overskates it, winds up on Jack. Jack back to James, bottom of the far circle. Tries to hit Fisher in the center, but can't quite get it there. It comes to the far boards. James backhands it, but they touch it up and out of the zone. It's a one-on-one going the other way. Kid has a breakaway now. Nice save, and that was no goal.
No goal.
There, see, the puck is right there. They're all celebrating like it was a goal, but Owen had other things to say about that. Yes, sir, Owen. That's why we pay you the big bucks, to make phenomenal saves like that. Great job. Good job. Owen at center. Bjorn sends it around up to Lannon. It overshoots him. Looking for Chase. Comes back our way, bouncing. They pick it up and send it to the far corner. Lars gets back. He goes hard up off the glass to Landon, but it winds back up on the point. Shot tipped. Blocker save by Owen. Bjorn is on his, or that's Bjorn, was on his knees trying to work it off. Owen's back there trying to help him. Winds up at the near point. They sent across. Doesn't make it through. And we get it up 34 seconds. 22 shots for us, 17 for them. Thank you very much. 22 seconds remaining. Chase grabs it. He fends off a kid. Nice pass up to Landon. Landon cross ice looking for Lars. Owen pokes it ahead, but we turn it over. They bounce pass it up to Bjorn. Bjorn sends it up. Intercepted at the red line. Nice step up by Owen into the kid, but they get it into our zone, and the clock runs out on the second. We're down another one. So we cede one in that period. We're going to be doing ice again. Everybody's getting up, heading for the bar, doing selfies. And we have one more period to score 3 goals. So thanks for watching. Keep your eyes on the screen. Join us back here in about 10. I'm going to put it on mute so you don't have to listen to this garbage. You can listen to your own. So obviously the refs are missing. Everybody's milling around. Nets aren't reset. Refs aren't out there. Maybe they went home. Who knows? But the teams have been out here for a long time, as you've seen. Oh, finally they decide, oh, I just woke up. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll come out and finish the game. Okay, here we go. Start of the third. We got our work cut out for us. Down by 2. Up on shots. Win back. Owen to James. James sends it. Takes a hit. Icing's waved. Ooh. Owen almost got there. Picked up. Sent up. Batted down by Lars. Lars backhands it. Not deep. They get it up and out. And nice job by Chase. Turns it over to Landon. Landon chases it into the offensive zone. Landon has it in the far corner. Circles around. Gets rubbed off the puck. They kick it up the near boards. Kane is out there. Goes back to Bjorn. Bounces over Bjorn's stick. He takes a golf swing at it. But they are offside. But they bat it down deep. It's going to... Face-off will come outside of the zone right in front of the Riders' bench. We'll get a line change. And Ryan will be out there with Cade and Lincoln. And Kane and Bjorn. Ryan takes the face. Caden's mixing it up with his dude. And the ref is like, what? Oh, now they probably get the guy they wanted in. They win it. I'm sure that was done intentionally. Glove down, sent up, and out of the zone. Ryan goes hard up after it. They get it back down. Comes off of Bjorn's skate. Odd man rush. Puck is shot on net. Bounces up and gloved into Owen's glove. And there's a little pushing and shoving after the play. So let's see if they pull that same bullshit again. No, they're just going to get the guy that they wanted at center right away, I think. Again, monkeying around. Come on, ref. Picked up by Bjorn. Bjorn up the boards. That's going to go for icing. What the F? Okay, that's a good way to kill off a lot of time. 15:55 left in the third period. Riders down by 2. Need to put some more shots on net. And not just straight on. Win by Rampage. Shot off the back of the net. Puck is loose in front. Kane still trying to work it. Goes into the near corner, picked up by Bjorn. He goes up, and it just goes past Lincoln. They shoot it. That was actually on net. It bounces into the far corner, and they cycle it behind the net. And Chase, Caden kicks it up, and it does come out of the zone. Ryan's there trying to work it ahead. And it's at his feet. Ryan pulls it away, gets it over to Caden, goes over his stick or under it, but he drives it down into the far corner. Lincoln chases. Lincoln's putting some pressure on. Kid skates it up and out. They do a little touch back and forth, and they don't get a shot off. There's the shot that comes late. Backhanded around to the far corner. Kid centering pass. Puck is loose in front. Still loose in front. Goes off to the side. Lincoln gets it up and off of Ryan's butt and then they send it back down into the zone. Lincoln grabs it at the hash. Actually, Bjorn picks it up, cycles it off the boards, trying to hit Jacob, but it's too far from him, and they send it down around behind the net again. Comes to the near corner. James tries to get up there. Jacob is there. It goes back down, backhanded up, looks really sloppy. Finally, Jacob gets it up and out, and he dumps it deep. Jackson chases hard, finishes a check, nicely done. Jacob back checks hard. They get it into the defensive zone. Nice job by Lars to tie him up. Riddick picks up the loose puck, trying to hit Jackson on the bounce pass off the boards, but it winds up in the far corner. Centering pass right up to them. Shot goes wide, hits the glass. Jackson has it. Jackson gets it around to Kane. Kane backhands it up to Jacob. Jacob, top of the near circle, up and out. Tries to hit Riddick coming through, but we wind up turning it over. They come in with some speed, and looks like a centering pass. Kid is on the back door. Luckily, he was a little bit tied up, and he had a backdoor open net. And Jackson had no choice but to float it up and out. It didn't go for icing. Kane pinches down, gets it to Fisher. Fisher gets it to Lars. Lars gets it up to Jack. Jack gets it into the zone, and Colt chases. They outlet pass it, skated across neutral ice into the defensive zone. Float one, kick save by Owen. Bounces into the far corner. Fisher goes down, trying to pull it away. And Bjorn forcing it ahead. Fisher's Colt's back up after it. They have possession. James tries to force him in. James sends it to the near boards, but it comes up to the near point where they have it, and they send it back down behind the net. James pinches him up. Fisher does the same. James comes out with it, sends it up off the glass for icing. And James is winged, going off, holding the knee up, holding that right leg up. We get a line change at 12:53. Kane comes out with Lannon chasing Owen and Lars. Face off in a defensive zone to Owen's left in the near circle. Puck drop, win, back. Kane hard up to Lannon. Landon. Chase was just dragging a leg to stay onside. He does. Almost a shot. Good opportunity there. Winds up in the far corner again. They pinch down, get it up and out, and it comes all the way back, and Owen chases it. He picks it up in that far defensive corner. Circles around. Leaves it for Bjorn, or for Lars. There's a mishandle of the puck. Turnover. Lannon kicks it around to Owen. They get a centering pass opportunity. Winds up in front of the Riders bench, and they keep it alive in the zone. Down behind the net, we're not having good puck possession in our zone. Owen battles for it. 2-on-1. They still have it, and Lannon tried to get it out, but he couldn't. Their defense sends it back down and around. Chase does finally. Winds up on neutral ice on a Rampage stick. 11:46. Clock is ticking, especially since we're not putting any pressure on the net. They bring it in offside for a whistle. Time is now. Gotta make our move. Ryan takes the draw right in front of us here. Caden, Lincoln, Lars, and Bjorn. Puck drop. Still loose. Winds up down at the end boards. Bjorn shoots it up. Then it gets kicked back down, and Ryan chases it, picks it up behind the net. He tries to get it up to Caden. Caden is met with some resistance. There's a shot blockered up and not out of play. Thought that was going to hit the rafters. There's a pass up to Ryan. Ryan, a little bit too far for Lincoln. Lincoln tried to reach for that one. And they get it back down into our defensive zone. Lars looking for an outlet. He goes up to Caden, was way offside, but then we have to clear and give them a free opportunity. They get it up and out. Batted down by Kane. Kane, nice job to force it into the offensive zone. Kane, near corner, force it around behind the net. Caden, centering pass, doesn't make it through. They get it up and out for icing. Ugh. It's one of those shifts. Riddick comes on with Jackson and Jacob. Kane and James are holding down the D. Riddick takes a draw and he goes through on his knees, centering pass. The puck is loose in front. James keeps it alive, sends it across to Jackson. Jackson sends one, sticked aside by their goalie into the far corner. Riddick is trying to pull it through. They come out with it into the near corner. Jacob pinches down, centering pass. He's looking for Jackson. Winds up on Kane's stick at the point. Kane sends one, floats it to the net. Chipped up and like a nice little easy save for Parker in net. Not too challenging. Another line change. Looks like we got Owen and Landon and Chase up front again with Bjorn and Lars on defense. 10:07 left. 2 Rampage, 0 Riders. Chase takes the draw. Rampage gets it, send it out of the zone. They get it back deep. Lars goes back fast after it. He sends it up off the boards. Tries to get it to Owen. There's a turnover and a goal. And that'll be number 3 for them. And they just clipped the far right side of that net and go up by 3. So 9:54 remaining. Win back by Owen. Lars to Bjorn, back to Lars. Lars up, chipped into the zone by Owen. Their goalie gets it out of the zone. Bjorn steps up, swats it back down in. Right behind the net. Picked up by Rampage, cycled off to the far boards. Owen hustles to get over there, comes out of the zone. Bjorn sends one into the near corner. Held up by their goalie again. And outlet it to neutral ice. They bat it into our zone. Bjorn backpedals. Works the near corner. Bjorn picks it up and sends it to the far boards. Landon tries to get there, but they get there first. And then it's dropped down to the far hash marks, picked up by Owen. Owen gets it around to Bjorn. Bjorn just sends it up and out to their player. They get it back down in the zone, kicked in. Landon gets his pocket picked. Bjorn sends it on a kind of a wild pass. They pick it up again. Near dot shot. Little rebound out in front. And Owen covers that one up. We got a line change here at 8:48 left in the third. Down by 3. 3-0 is the score. Ryan takes the draw. Caden, Lincoln, James, and Lars, I think. Come on. Puck dropped. Caden goes up. Lincoln picks it up in front of the net. Gets it up to Ryan. Didn't connect. Offsides. Free out for them. Icing again. Ryan. Puck is loose. Back to Lincoln. Lincoln to Ryan. Ryan across to Kane. Kane keeps it in. Barely. Yeah, no, it did come out. Ryan didn't hear it. And that is going to be a delayed offsides, and we get the whistle on that. So line change. Jacob, Riddick, and Jackson up front. Kane and Lars on defense. Face off in front of the Rampage's bench. This is where we have to be mentally strong and just step on the gas here. Nice win by Riddick. Goes all the way down to the end boards. Jacob chases it. Riddick picks it up behind the net. Puck is loose. They get it. Up and to the point. Nice job by Lars to keep it alive. Batted down by Rampage. Backhand. Jacob puts a glove on it. Loose puck. We're still in the zone. Riddick gets dumped. No call. Jackson's down there. There's the call finally. Yep. Hooking on them. And we'll be on our second power play of the day. Now's our time. Good job to draw that penalty. Riddick, Chase, Landon, Lincoln, Owen. Riddick takes a draw. Owen is behind him. Let's win this one. Yep, won it back. Owen has it. Owen moves it across to Lincoln. Lincoln, the near circle, goes wide to Chase. Chase sends one up off the glass. Bouncing puck. Winds back up on Owen. Owen over to Chase. Chase. Lincoln overskated that one. Puck is up in the air. Lincoln, gets it to Landon, but it comes out of the zone. We have to reset. Back to Owen. Owen up to Landon. Landon across the red line in the offensive zone. Shot. Save into the corner. Batted around to the near side. Lincoln picks it up at the near hash. Lincoln backhands it down low. Riddick gets there. They get there, tie it up. 1:19 left in the penalty. Back up to the point. Senya's there. Across. And we keep it alive. Back over to Chase. Chase back up to Owen. Owen at the point. Owen walks down. Shot. Ooh, just bounces wide of the net. I think it went through his gloves. Down to Landon, and there is a breakaway. Nice save. Let's go, let's go. Come on, hurry up, fast. Don't reset. Landon has it behind the net. Good save by Parker. Beautiful save by Parker. On a breakaway. New line is out there. Lars comes up with it. He sends it up. Hits Ryan. Ryan gets into the zone. He's got Jacob. Ryan sends it off the post and into the far corner. That one was probably our closest opportunity of the day. Caden trying to hit Lars, but it gets sticked out of the zone. Winds up back on on Owen's stick, and he leaves it for Lars. Owen skates up. 6 seconds left, and the man advantage gets into the zone, and that is going to be icing. 5:48 left in the third period. 2 seconds left on the man advantage. Had a good opportunity there. Hit the post. Ryan did. Kane gets it behind the net. Tries to shovel it ahead. Can't get it too far. It winds up out of play. Fisher's out there with Jack, Kane, and Cole. Fisher takes a draw. New puck comes in. Man, they're like winning all the draws. The big part of the game, I know we worked on that this week, I was told. Puck comes out, goes back in. Owen holds it up, leaves it for Lars. Lars almost nails the ref, and then we get it out of the zone. Fisher dumps it deep, just wide left of the net. They come up off the glass. It goes over Kane's stick and winds up back with Owen. Leaves it for Bjorn. Bjorn behind the net. Guys reset. Let's go, guys. 5 minutes left, and we need to have 3 goals at least to continue this game. And now Chase is up front. Chase is forcing it. Almost gets a turnover. So Chase is out there. James has a puck. Gets it up to Chase. Goes over a stick. Line change, that's why. Now Owen is out there. And it's a 2-on-1 heading the other way. James, nice D, forces him wide into the near hash. Owen comes in to try to pull it off the boards. It goes behind the net. Kane sends it up to Colt. Colt gets it up to Owen. Owen just dumps a kid. And then he gets it back to James. James to Lars. Lars in front of the Riders bench. Lars sends it up. He hits Landon. It's Landon and Chase and Owen up there waiting. They're behind the net. 4:06 left now. Bjorn comes in, pinches down, loses that battle at the blue. They get it up and out into our zone. Owen picks it up in the near corner, and he skates behind the net. He comes out with some speed. He cuts. Makes a nice pass up to Chase. Chase gets it into the zone, and then he gets ridden off and dumped. And no penalty, even though he was mugged and taken down. Landon tries to get it back over to Ryan is out there. Bjorn in front of the bench gets frickin' worked up into the boards. Lincoln just gets dodged, breakaway, backhanded shot, nice save by Owen. Lincoln gets off, tries to make it through. Battle on the boards, and Lincoln finishes a check. Puck comes out of the zone, however. Back to James. James moves it up to Ryan. No, that's Ryan, sorry. Ryan backhands it to their D, and then they send it back down for icing. 3 minutes, actually 2:59 left in the game. Down by 3, haven't been able to put anything on the board. That's a problem. That's a problemo, as they say in Mexico, in the old Mexico. Ryan taking the draw. Win back by Rampage. Kane pinches down, puck stays in the snow, and Caden sends one on net, but it was just off to the side. Their goalie hung on anyway for a whistle. We get a line change. Riddick, Jacob, and Jackson come out. All right, I want to see Riddick just shoot it right off the drop. Well, it did go off the drop, and it touched the goalie's stick. It wasn't that dangerous, but it did happen. They airmail it, splits RD, and goes all the way back down for icing. Another icing. Puck drop again. Tied up, back to Kane. Kane at the point. Kane sends one through. Loose puck. Oh, Riddick had a backhanded opportunity. James is down low behind the net. Riddick is battling for it. Ooh, centering pass. Went through. Held up by Kane again. Kane gets a shot. Partially blocked. Odd man rush heading the other way. 3-on-2. And kid draws around. Still has it. Gets forced over in the far corner. Nice job. James pins him up on the boards. Nice job by James, and we're at 2 minutes even. Jackson tries to get it up and out. They're just killing time here, and that's really going to be the end of it. Puck squirts out, and there's a whistle blown. Cross-checking on us. James heads to the box, and we'll be down a man for the rest of the game. I didn't see the cross-check. I have serious doubts that that was what happened. Bjorn and Lars on defense. Landon and Owen are the other two on the kill. So pretty much can wrap this one up starting right now. We have another 2 opportunities to keep it alive. Not if we play like this. Next game is tomorrow. Long shot from the point. Gets tipped wide and then out of the zone. Lemming grabs it, drops it. They skate it through neutral ice. Make a cut to the middle. Lars picks it up, sends it to the far boards. Picked up at the far point in front of the rider bench. Into the near corner, centering pass. Bottom of the circle shot. Nice save by Owen. Holds on, no rebound. Made it look easy. So 1:14 left, line change. Looks like Lincoln, Ryan, and Caden are out there. And is that Bjorn on the far side? Yeah, it looks like Bjorn is way out there. Ryan takes the draw. Win back for Rampage. Yeah, if we can't win faceoffs, it's going to be tough to get possession of the puck. Lincoln is out of there. Lincoln's going. Lincoln gets picked to the side. Good defense by that kid. But 50 seconds left, just under a minute. Lincoln goes off of Ryan's skate. They keep it in zone, go to the near point, up to the point. Shot, stick to wide into the corner. 34 seconds left in the game. And they keep it alive down low. Shot, nice block by Caden. He ate that one. That one stung. Comes up to the point. Far point. Centering pass in the middle. Nice job by Bjorn to force it wide into the near corner. 14 seconds. Bjorn pokes it ahead. Lincoln up to Ryan. Ryan, 5, 4, 3, 2. He tried to hit Bjorn coming in, and that's going to be the game. At the end of 3, Riders lose by 3. So the first one we lost. We got to pick up the second and the third now. We wanted to cut them short, but it looks like we're going to go long. So there will be one game tomorrow and one game on Sunday. Check your local listings. I think tomorrow's game is, what, at noon, 12:30, something like that? Not exactly sure, but I'll post the link on that one. I won't do it at the last minute. I got messed up a little bit today. Sorry about that. I had to reset the whole situation. So appreciate your watching. Thanks for your support of the Riders. Dropped the first one in the state playoffs to Rampage 3-0. And we're looking for a comeback tomorrow. So thank you wherever you're watching me. I know it's late, 10:30 here in Colorado. That makes it after midnight on the East Coast if you're watching. So thanks for staying up with us and supporting the boys. Look forward to chatting with you tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the game tonight, even though it was not the result that we wanted. But have a good night, and as always, go Riders.